Hi everybody, welcome to EOS Radio. Today we have Jimmy and Carrie from EOS Union. Hey Jimmy and Carrie, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah,
Doing well. And we also have a guest co-host here, Jenny Top K-pop. Hi Jenny, how are you?
Good. How are
hi
you?
Jenny.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Hey guys, can you tell us a little bit more about EOS Union and also where you're located? And let's start off with the who.
Yeah, okay. I'll do that. Well, EOS Union was founded last year at October by four co-founders, and we have much experience about some deposit nodes like Lisk and Ash. And actually all of us are all experts about EOS. We all read many times about the EOS white paper, and we know EOS that can just change. I mean, great change something about the blockchain, like high TPS. 1 million TPS and flow of transaction. So we all decided to just devote ourselves in this in years. BP. So and among us, there are some of us are famous investors, and some of them are famous. Authors about this. So now we have and actually, EOS Union is the first announced public BP candidate and one of the first community in Great China. And we have some. We have many multi headquarters in Singapore, Australia, and one of them is in Shenzhen. So, and we have our own dApps and our communities that is more than 8,000 members right now.
Wow.
And yeah, and sorry, maybe I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Jimmy. I'm the co-founder of EOS Union, and yes, it's my duty to communicate with communities overseas and some medias. And today another member is also online. He's Carrier. Hi, Carrier. Can you introduce yourself to EOS Go?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Carrie. I'm responsible for the investment on behalf of EOS Union. So basically, my job is to discover, evaluate, and invest in dApps, promising dApps teams or projects that is developing or about to develop on EOS. In terms of my background, I did all my higher education in Australia. My background is in econometrics, so I was a quant. And I also have a degree in management. I lived in Europe for a bit before I was back to China. I started my career in private equity and moved to venture capital. So the past few years, I've done quite a few M&A and startup investments. And also, I was responsible for a USD fund that invests in Israel. So I was back and forth between China and Israel for quite a few years. And now I'm a co-founder of a venture capital firm called Byte Capital. So we collaborate with EOS Union to invest in dApps that are about to build on EOS Union, about to build on EOS, but also, invest in other projects that are related to blockchain. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, very good. Thank you guys for joining us today and appearing on our show. It's wonderful to meet and talk to people from all around the globe, and it's an honor to have you guys here. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your program is very great. Yes, I saw that on YouTube. You have many audience.
Thank you. So Jimmy and Carrie, what we normally do on the show, we do who, what, why, when, and where. And I guess we covered the who. So how about what? So you are running for block producer. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. I think the success of EOS is based on some basic conditions. One of them is actually most of them is about the ecosystem. And if EOS want to achieve success, then that means EOS must have a very strong and very powerful ecosystem. That also means the communities which bring EOS to success. So that's the reason why we just take part in the BP candidate, because we have much experience about that. For example, to me, I was a product manager of some, very big internet products in China. If for more than, let me say, it's 500,000 users. I have such experience, and I know how to run community well. I also the charge of a big community program in China. It's called I think million startup in China. So I know how to run community well. And the second is about the network. Actually, a strong network is also the basic of EOS. So we also, I just mentioned at the start, we have experience about maintain risk deposit nodes like Risk and Ash. We already maintained that for almost 2 years, and we know how to do that well. And the last reason is about the depth. It's very important for public chain, and we have develop expert about that, and we also, for example, for Kara, she also developed some good depths among that, like a token packet. It's a very good values for wallet depth for that, and we hope to find more and more from our communities, and to make as our vision to make EOS great. Yeah.
It sounds like you have the right experience and running Lisk DPoS nodes.
Yes.
And you also know a lot about community, and you know about the kind of dApps that would work well on EOS, and that's a great combination.
Yes, that's our goal.
Very good.
So at the moment, then, what are you guys, up to at the moment, other than running for BP? What are you doing?
We are actually we are holding just many meetups all over China. Actually, maybe all over some of them overseas. We already hold meetups for almost 20 meetups in many cities, like Beijing, like Singapore, and like some places all over China. And we also encourage community members to develop dApps right now. Maybe later we'll announce that we'll launch EOS develop match. Just it's a very big match, and if some EOS develops, they win the match, they will get a very high prize, and they will get investment from ventures by the capital and other famous angel investors in China.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, it's a little bit like a EOS hackathon, but I think it's easier. EOS hackathon is very good, but it's for professionalists. But I think for now, one of the very important goal for us is just to enlarge the ecosystem of EOS. So that means we must let more and more people know EOS, and maybe change their development from other public chain to EOS. So yeah.
Yeah, so I'll add to that. So what Jimmy was saying is that now EOS is well known among the professionals, so people that are familiar with blockchains, but we want to expand to that. So we want to collaborate with a lot of universities, institutions, the developers that probably was developing on iOS or Android, but they're not so familiar with blockchain or don't know how to start. So this is a good match that for them to get familiar with, team up and find partners and find ventures for them. I think that is also the goal of not just sort of spinning in the circle we already have, but also expand it.
Great job.
Very good. And that's the goal of your meetups as well, is to create the community and grow the community. What other goals do you have for those meetups?
I think the core of EOS Union is about community members. So what we're doing here, like I was lucky enough to be the MC of one of their meetup. So we were expecting about like 200 people, but 300 more came. So it was like so it was packed. So I was so surprised to see how EOS is getting the attention in China. Although I know like it's a very famous project. So what we're doing is in the meetups, there's a lot of people, coming, stay late after the meetup and come to talk to us. So they are, from different places and have different backgrounds, but they all want to engage somehow. So a lot of our members, they voluntarily start smaller startups in their own city. So, geographically, China is so big that you can't really reach to every city. So what we're doing is we're maximizing the talents and the ability of our community members and empower them to host those meetups in any way they can, and we will assist them in hosting those events locally. So that's what we're doing. So we have leaders from different cities, but we also do like official EOS meetups now and then. So that is how the EOS meetup is structured. So we have our own meetups, but also empower our community members to do their own meetups.
Yes, that's right. Yes, as Carol said, we already had more than 30 branches all over China. Actually, I think maybe worldwide. So nowadays we hold EOS meetup. I think once a week, just all over. I mean, almost everywhere. They will just hold a EOS meetup and invite people, and so we are teach them how to hold this kind of meetups and how to let more and more people know about that. Yes, and also about the meetup, Carol mentioned just now. In the meetup in Shenzhen, we also invited community members from overseas. I mean, such as Kevin. I mean, EOS New York. He sent us video, and Shannon. I mean, he's the ambassador of EOS Sphere. He also come to. I think maybe he's the first person. I mean, overseas community members come to China meetup for presentation. I think there's some gaps between. I mean, for Eastern people, Eastern EOS holder and Western EOS members, they don't know much about each. So I think it's our duty to just. I mean, there's gap between them. So we want to be that bridge.
Yeah.
Just like EOS Go.
Exactly. I was just going to say, so what we do here is we try and be the neutral media for you guys to come, and you're always welcome to come on. We have a lot of bookings leading up to the launch, but yeah, you guys are always welcome to come back and talk to us.
Yes. That's what EOS Go and the EOS Union have in common. Right?
Yeah, besides the investing in inviting like members from overseas, we also invited other BP candidates in China to talk on our show. So EOS Union is a very collaborative organizations. So we don't really see other BP candidates as competition. I think everybody is doing a great work of promoting the project and trying to build the ecosystem. So we give everyone a stage that if they want to, promote themselves in front of our community members, they're more than welcome. So that is how things are going with us. So we're trying very hard to engage with overseas communities, but also like collaborate with BP candidate in China.
Very good. I mean, that's a perfect name you chose then, Union. So
yeah,
seriously.
Yes, that's right. Just the union award.
Yeah,
United as one.
Very good.
Yeah.
I have a question about how is EOS viewed in China? Like, there are many other cryptocurrencies. How is it viewed in China?
Well, actually, EOS is very, very famous in China. I think maybe one of the reasons is about Daniel. We call him BM, Bytemaster, in China. I think he is the only person in this world who has built two successful blockchain projects. EOS is the third one. And, as we all know, BTS and Steam, they are all successful, right? So that's the first reason we know about EOS. And the second is there are many famous persons in China. They all know they all just know EOS, and they all write many articles to other people for education about how EOS works. They translate EOS white paper from English to Chinese, and they just transfer informations between different countries, just like that. So EOS, I think, is very famous. I think it's even more famous than ETH. I think maybe BTC right now.
Well, we like to hear that.
Yes. Every meetup we hold, just like Karen said, we thought there will be just 100 or 200 people come, but actually much more than 300 and more people come here, and about online activities also more often, and even more people they are keep asking me, well, can you come to my city to hold meetups? And more people want to know here. Yes, just maybe that's I think Karen can have some different view from investment, maybe about EOS or debts.
Yeah, I think the popularity of the EOS tokens or EOS project is a very good demonstration of blockchain communities can grow themselves organically. So it started with pretty much like famous investors like talking about it, but then more people are drawn to the project, then they start to have their own small organizations and putting content, and then more people coming and to sort of dig into the project, and then it just sort of went from there and gone so far, from just few people knowing it, and now millions of people knowing it and holding the tokens, and running and a lot of people organizations running for BP. So I think from an investment point of view, good things always sparks. So you just need to discover them, and I think that is how what's the case with EOS. I mean, it solves the problem of what the blockchain really needs to get mass adoption, which is the efficiency. It's the core, and also like the governance part is also important. I think 21 block producing nodes, the design itself sort of like really helps as well, and people running for BP candidates, and also the positive loop of running for it and promoting it is really a good design and sort of like push the project to the next level to gain global awareness.
Yes, that's right.
You know what? I did have one more question actually. Do you foresee any challenges for EOS in China at all?
For EOS in China?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of challenges?
I guess maybe
but yeah.
Maybe typical blockchain type of challenges, adoption, regulation, maybe, I don't know.
Okay. So this is what I view about adoption, like, not just EOS, but the whole blockchain. So we do have the regulation issue, which what I call it the social element of, people adopting a major technology. So I'll give you an example of, like how automobiles all started. So it all started with the technology of steam engine being invented and the internal combustion engine being invented. But then that was like the whole tech boom. So people started to work on how we can build cars with those technologies. But then you have the business revolution, which the U.S. company Ford sort of introduced the flow production line into the car manufacturing, which sort of solved the problem of scalability and efficiency. So now we can build cars much more quicker and solve the supply problem. But then that is only the supply part. What about the demand part? So the third waves of adoption comes from a signature event that traffic lights were introduced. So people that knows how now we can when you drive a car, when you see a red light, you need to stop, and that's sort of a consensus built globally, right? So now even in every country you go, like if you see the red lights, then you have to stop. So I think blockchain technology is sort of at the first and second waves. So the tech boom and the business revolution. So what EOS is doing is solve the scalability problem of blockchain, and Bitcoin. What it does was like opened a new door for us. Mm-hmm. So what we need now is like the social element. So we need regulators, right? We need people that sort of can build consensus not just within the EOS community or Bitcoin community, but across industries. So that's how I think technology can really go mainstream to get mass adoption.
Well said. Very well put. Thank you. Yes. I don't have any more questions except other than what do you guys have coming up next? Is there any events that you guys have coming up that you want to let us know about?
Yes, we are going to announce that we are holding a global EOS development match just today. So it's a little bit like EOS hackathon, but as I said before, it's easier and it's easy for many people, and it's divided into three parts. And the first is about your idea. If you don't know about how to develop, don't know how to write BPs, doesn't matter. If I have a good idea about how EOS will change your life, will solve some problems, it doesn't matter. It just can submit your ideas online. And our website is bp.eos.ren. Yeah, you can submit it there. And the first stage. You can. And the second stage is about the BP, business plan. If you know a little bit more just about business, how business runs, so you can after you submit your idea, then you can write it down just as a business plan and also submit it. So we will pick up some good one and so you can come into the third part. The third part is about the demo. At this stage, maybe you need some basic abilities about how to run demo. in public trend. So as we know, EOS is still on the development. So we don't ask you to run it on EOS. Maybe just you can run some kind of other public blockchain is also as well. So it means you can run it and you can show it to people. So and the reward, I mean the prize we prepare for this match is more than 1 million. And also as well, if your idea, maybe it's just only an idea, or your business plan or your demo is good as well. So then we also have many famous investment just coming as well, like Byte Capital, like Manzi Capital. He's one of the Xuan Manzi. He's our investor, and he's also one of the most famous angel investors in China, and sharing capital and others as well. And the reward for your project, I mean, the fund will be more than 10 million as well. So I think it's very good. It's a very good chance for people. It's maybe not only for geek, it's also for students. We also cooperate with students all over China this time. Already maybe more than 100 universities just ask them to join. So I think this is a very good chance for people to get to know EOS. And if you have idea, just we encourage you to join and get your rewards. Okay.
I think what you guys are doing is very good. You're bringing the community together. I like what you say. It doesn't matter if you're not a BP. We're not in competition with you. You're all about the collaboration, and you're about the union. You're about the education. I think that's excellent, and you guys are very inspiring in that way.
Yes, and we are yes. It's our honor to announce that EOS Go is also assisted us to hold this match for overseas. Kevin said they will help promoting just this news. Yeah,
good.
Yeah, I think match is just a format. I think it's also about people getting to know the project and expand the words about blockchain and sort of engage more developers into the community.
Yes, and I just almost forget. And Rose, the co-founder of EOS Sphere, I mean the Australian community, they said they are also love to just promote this match for Australia. We hope more and more community to join together. We just make more people know EOS. That's good for all.
Good for everybody.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Jenny, did you have any more questions?
Only other one, I guess, would be where can everybody find you guys? Like website, Steemit, Twitter?
Yes, you can find us here. We have our Twitter and Steemit. It's the name is EOS Union, and our website is www.eos.ren, and another website is. The website is the same, but you can visit from different domain name. It's eosunion.io. So you can find us there. And if you have some questions, you can also join our Telegram. It's also EOS Union. Or send mail to us, service@eos.ren. And we are glad to communicate with you. Please feel free to do that.
Awesome.
Thanks, Jimmy and Carrie. It was a pleasure having you on.
Yes, indeed.
Thanks.
You too. Thank you.
I mean, you guys are doing a great job, being unbiased third party to host those video and interviewing everybody. So I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I think it's great.
Thank you very much. Our neutrality, we take it very seriously. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Cheers. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.